for inviting us. I love the film experience.
Yeah.
How's it going? I'm here with Seth Panman. I'm sorry if I'm butchering
it. It's Panman. Yeah, people say Pan Am, but it's Panman. Yeah, I don't own an airline yet, but we're getting there.
Not yet, but we're here at the red carpet premiere of your film, which you helped write and curate. Night Sweats. Tell them more about the film.
So I wrote the treatment. I was a producer and also second unit director. So I directed all the aerials, the action sequences, the story was born from an experience I had. I was hired when I first moved to New York to direct 950 10-minute testimonials about people's trauma. So it was me and 50 other directors. After 2 weeks, 48 of them quit. So I stayed on to do the rest of the testimonials, and I did most of them. And the company I worked for ended up being, even though their message was very positive, they wanted to help people through trauma. The people running the show, at least my bosses, were physically and verbally abusive. But that wasn't really what the movie was about. That was just a side thing. But I didn't know. I was fresh to New York, so I didn't know if getting punched was like a New York thing at the office or what. But I fought back. But I stayed on. I did the whole project, and at the end, I became kind of like if you were like the CEO of like Dunkin' Donuts before they went bankrupt, and all of a sudden people start calling you out of the blue to do these stories and these movies. So I kind of developed this reputation, and I got asked to do this story that was very, very twisted, and from that, this movie was born.
Awesome. So what can fans expect from this film once they start watching it?
Well, fans are going to be very excited. They're going to be very happy, to be part of the ride. They might get night sweats, so there's, that happens. But
it happens to us sometimes.
It happens to the best of us, you know what I'm saying? But I think afterwards, they're really going to think. It's the kind of movie that you go home and you talk, you think, it makes you start conversations, you think about things, and I think that, where we're at right now, people need to be thinking more, thinking more, listening less.
Exactly. So get educated at least the proper way. So like I was asking the writer, Andrew, for example, did you guys go in wanting to really educate and inform people on what most people consider the conspiracies behind Big Pharma?
Yeah. I think originally we didn't. I think this was really just going to be a thrill ride and a fun piece. But as we started getting into it and kind of, with every movie, I always say there's 50% planned and 50% up to the universe.
I think the stars just align sometimes.
But it's like as you peel the onion back, you start to find the story within the story. So I think that's what happened. We were kind of like, wow, this is like actually an informative piece. We don't want it to be a PSA, but it's informative, So yeah.
Exactly, that's awesome. So we'll catch a screening tonight. Thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you so much, Seth.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Seth. See you next time.